Hello, YouTube. Okay, so I'm trying to see if I can get some people on here. Um, I'm off work today, and let me see if I can get some people on here. Where you guys at? Some of my followers. I'm trying to get into a better light. I was waiting for my selfie stick. I purchased a selfie stick, and it's taken like 1,001 years for that darn thing to come. I don't know what's going on. It hasn't come yet, so I'm trying to get some people. So my video is actually, you saw the title, is gonna be, I am redoing my When a Man's D is Too Big to Enjoy live. I decided to do it live because well, today is my birthday. Yay for me. And I decided, well, I might as well go ahead and do this live, and that way I can, you know, get some, get more things. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. Hey, how are you doing, John? How are you? Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Thank you so much. So when the D is too big to enjoy, so in my video, I talked about a few things, and so I'm going to redo it. And one of the things I discussed in the beginning, I was talking about women having smaller hip sizes and things like that. Some women are small framed. A lot of times African American women actually have a smaller frame than other. That's how, just basically how they can tell, like when a woman passes away and they find bones. They actually look at the pelvis and look and see. They can tell, okay, she's of African American descent. African American women have much more narrow cervical, or much more narrow hips. Even though we have bigger butts and everything else like that, we are small framed on as far as like our bone structure. So you basically, that's why a lot of times, like, you thinking that black women can do all this other thing. We are small framed, and that's why a lot of time, if you ever think about it, many black females have small children. We don't have big children. A lot of our children are like 6 pounds. They grow to be like 7 feet tall, but we don't push them out. Like, very few black women push out big babies. Now, that's actually more normal for other nationalities, Caucasian and Hispanic. They push out bigger babies, but our babies tend to be small. My nephew my grandson, he was just born. That dude weighed about 10.5 ounces. He was huge. But my nephew is another big baby in our family, but he's tall as well. And I think it was more so for his length, and he had a big old head like his daddy. He was like 9 pounds, 7.5 ounces or something like that. But typically, black females don't have large children. Hence, so, oh, hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to get this is my birthday cake my bestie bought me. It's chocolate ganache. At Publix, yeah. So, there I am with my chocolate ganache. And you know what else I got? I have my last glass of my cognac, my white hen. My ex-husband gave me for doing Christmas. So I know you're thinking, why are you drinking hen this early in the morning? Because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's why. So get off me. So yeah. So so I talked about smaller, having sometimes with the pain. Sorry about that. My phone's acting crazy. Sometimes with the pain of women having sex with men, they go through pains. And it's painful because a lot of times the cervix, a woman's cervix, which is basically shaped like this, it actually has this shape because the baby would actually be inside where the middle is. And so, and it dilates when a woman, it sits down here in the vaginal area, and a woman's their vagina can be either deep or shallow. So a lot of times women's vagina who have shallow vaginas, they tend to be where it hangs kind of low. It doesn't hang out of the vagina, but it's like really low hanging, like low hanging fruit. And so by hanging low, and if a man is actually big, then he will constantly be hitting up against that, hitting up against the cervix, which is very painful. Okay, so if you have to also understand that not every woman can take that. Some women can take that, other women can't take that. I have had issues in my past, and with boyfriends where it was just too much for me to take. Like I said, I spoke on one of my exes back when I was in my 20s, and to be honest, I didn't tell this story all the way through. I try to be modest and not trying to spread all my business, but you don't know who the guy is. And I ended up in the hospital. I ended up in the emergency room due to his aggression. He was just too much, and we broke up. I broke up with him. I was like, this is too much for me. I am not gonna have you pounding all up in this, breaking this down. So I broke up with him, and then I had another boyfriend once before when I was younger. And he was actually of large girth as well, but the only thing about it, he had no idea what he was doing with what he had. He had no idea. I would think I was, this was when I was much younger, and he was actually older than I was. He had no idea, so I didn't get a chance to experience that at all. So I was thankful. Sorry, people. So I learned what I can actually take and what I would take. If your girlfriend is like, I'm saying that the average size of a vagina with cervix is about 5 inches, 4.5, 5 inches. Some women's are a little longer, then they can probably take a little more. But the average length is about 4, 5 inches, okay? The average male penis is about 5 to 6 inches long, okay? So it'll be perfect. It'll be a perfect fit if it's a woman whose depth is the same as his depth. Once the man's size becomes, girth becomes, and sometimes, I'm talking about girth as far as width too, because some men have narrow, small, long penises. Other men have wide ones. They could be wide and fat. They could be shorter and fat. So as far as a width and length, the girth, width and length of the girth of it. So if he's big, wide, and with girth, and he actually has a length like above 6 inches, then it may take you a minute to get used to that. Now, like I said, women have certain sizes and everything like that. Women have a certain size vaginal area. Rough sex can cause yeast infections constantly. If your girl is constantly dealing with yeast infection, vaginal infections, something like that, it may be because your sex is too rough for her. It may just be too rough. You may need to consider slowing it down a little bit, and because you're pushing up against her cervix constantly. And like I said, the cervix hangs down here inside the vagina. That's where the baby that's where the baby is actually inside of. The baby grows inside the cervix. And inside the cervix, inside the oh gosh, my brain got a freaking brain cramp. But anyway, the cervix opens up the bottom and it dilates so the baby comes out, okay? So the cervix is hanging down. That's the low-hanging fruit. That's the bottom of it. And so you want to not hit that constantly because it'll cause uterus. Thank you. Like I had a brain fart. How do you know that, Richard? You know about a woman's body. Go ahead and tell it. Hello, how are you? Inside the uterus. So the uterus is here, baby inside of it. Thank you, Richard. And I had a brain fart. I haven't even had this cognac yet, so I got a brain fart already. The uterus is on top, the cervix is on the bottom. You want to be careful. You can cause consistent vaginal infections if you keep hitting that area and keep pounding on that area on a woman. So you want to be careful, men, and not to be if she's pulling on your skin and clawing at you and digging in and she's screaming, and else, oh, I mean, some of us are screamers. I'm not gonna say that we're not, because sometimes it's good to me. I'm a screamer. But if I'm trying to get away from you and I'm pushing you back in the chest, pushing your chest, and I'm pushing you away, that means I'm not enjoying what's happening here. You're enjoying it, but you're not giving me any pleasure at all. So you want to also be careful of that, so that you'll know if you're, because I mean, I've had a lot of people on my other video, a lot of men are saying, oh, I pound away, and I understand that you probably don't really give a crap if she's enjoying what you're doing. That means that you were being selfish and you really didn't care whether she was, sorry, I'm trying to plug in my phone, and you didn't care if she was having whether she enjoyed the sex with you or not. So you just pound away at it. Other men who actually are with a woman in a relationship, something stable, actually do care whether she's enjoying what she's doing with him, and so he's going to take care to make sure that she's enjoying it every day, because it's just like him, just like a man. If a man doesn't enjoy his sex with a woman, he's going to, even though he loves her, he can love her to death, but if he doesn't enjoy the sex with her, he will go find someone he enjoys sex with and come back to her. And it's not even about love, it's just about the enjoyment. So you have to understand that. Even women have to understand that, even that. So, which I do understand. Cheating can be complicated. You understand the dynamics of the cheating. It's not necessarily the cheating. A man is cheating because a lot of men say, oh, I didn't want her. You know, I was just messing with her. I was just sleeping with her, whatever. That's actually true. A lot of times they are just sleeping with the female. They actually are not trying to be with her. A lot of times it's just about the sex, and you have to understand that. But that same thing can go with a woman. You have to treat your woman, give your woman what she needs, or she'll find someone else who will. And many times with women, women are more particular and calculated than men. We just don't find any old Joe Blow. We pick men. We don't find any old Joe Blow on the road. So if we find someone, he's gonna be better than you. Like I said about you having sex with the woman, you can also prevent her from having children if you're consistently hitting that cervical wall, boom, 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 bumping it. She's constantly having infections. You can kind of stop that. You can kind of inhibit the ability to have children. And I know men probably don't believe that, but it's actually true. All the women's organs are on the inside. Your organs are on the outside. Our organs are all on the inside. Our body is connected all the way through. When a woman is acting, a certain way, like her menstrual cycle, our bodies is connected, like chemically and physically. It's completely connected. So men have to understand that the connection is strong with a woman. We also connect not just with ourselves, but with other women. So our connection is so strong, physiologically, that you have to understand that. And so I just want you to take the time and try to get to know your woman. Try to feel her out. Don't be around here pounding all up inside of her. I mean, sometimes it's good, because when a woman gets to a point of climax, or she gets to a point of excitement, sometimes she's going to tell you, baby, she'll say it, she'll say, fuck me, baby, or whatever. Or she'll ask you to do it. Other times, she wants you to kind of let her get into the mood, because women are not like men. We are not visual creatures. Men are visual creatures. Y'all see something and y'all little stuff just be like, bing. A woman doesn't get aroused like that just off of visual. I mean, we can, but it's not the same process. We're more physical. So getting us in the mood physically actually helps with, if you have a woman who actually can't deal with your size. If you get her in the mood or get her kind of aroused physically, then it'll be easier. And so some things I was trying to, let me see, where I was trying to get my whole thing. Oh, I was talking about a curve in my other video. I didn't really get in on that. And I've had a couple of men ask me about a curve. Okay, so I've dealt with a male before, and he had a curve. And I think I talked about this in another video. He had a curve, okay? So the situation was, his curve was like that. Can you see his curve was like that. Like that. Like literally like that. That curve went all the way over. So the vagina is like this. And he's like that. That was not comfortable. It was not enjoyable at all. And so what happens is that you can find yourself in so much pain and having agony. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, it felt like he was punching holes in one side of my body every time. The pain was so enormous. Like, it's like I felt like he punched a hole. Literally was punching holes in me. That's what it felt like. It felt like he was punching holes in me. Because you couldn't adjust his direction. It was consistently pow, pow, pow. So it was like this one side was just getting beat up on. And I just was like, oh my God, can we, dude, I had to say, dude, look, you need to use the other hand. And he looked at me. I said, yeah, you need to use the other hand. You got your stuff going this way because you're pulling this way. You need to switch hands. And so once he did that, actually, and you may not believe this, but because the penis is made of like cartilage, and so it's not made of like muscle in a sense. I mean, it's made of cartilage, and what makes a penis become erect is the blood that goes through it. So the blood goes through it, the cartilage and everything, and it gets hard like that. So once the blood comes back, the blood flow goes down, it gets soft and blah blah blah. It's not made of muscle. Like, I guess women believe that, but it's not. It's very vascular. And so a lot of blood goes through there. And so you have to change the curve. It'll actually make it better if you actually are able to change the curve for a woman that you are, dating or whatever. Use the other hand. Okay? Change your curve. The curve, like I said, sometimes the little small curve, if you have a small curve like that, that's not so bad. I've dealt with a small curve. I've dealt with one that was a little bit more than that, and that's not so bad either. But this right here, oh no, bruh. No, bruh. No, bruh, bruh. No, bruh, bruh. There was no entry here. I'm sorry. I can't be beat up on it like that. And I don't know any female who would want to be. One other thing I was talking about is as far as like what positions are better for a woman. Like I already said, cowgirl, a woman on top of whatever you want to call it. That was a better position for a woman, especially if she's trying to get used to your size. It'll be better for you to have a woman on top than you on the bottom, because this lifts her pelvic. She's able to actually control, not lift her pelvic, but she's able to actually control the rhythm of your motion. So you trying to go fast, she will actually be able to slow you down. She control that. When a man is on top, what city am I in? Well, I try not to tell people. Tell me I shouldn't tell people, but I live in Florida, so I'll tell you that. I guess other people told me I should be careful. I mean, it's my other videos, I think, tell you where I'm at, so I think I have accidentally told, but I try not to even disclose that my own self, if I can. The Moose, huh? Thank you, Moose, for commenting. I want to say that, with as far as like the woman on top, she can control the rhythm, she can control the flow, she can actually kind of get herself in the mood too, because she actually is able to take in more of you on top, whether you believe that or not. She's actually to take more of you, but it's actually at a different angle. So her angle is not the same as when she's laying down and you're going in. Your angle is down. You understand? When a woman is laying down, a man is going bow, bow, bow. But when a woman is on top, she's actually able to slide down, and it's different. It's different because a woman might be able to take you in one position and can't take you in another. She could take you in traditional, in the traditional styles, and then turn a doggy and be like, you know, she can do missionary all day, but as soon as you flip her over, she's like, oh no. And she's like, I can't take you mission. I can't take you in doggy style. She may not be able to take that. And because when in that position, a man is able actually to go in farther. He's actually able to get more depth inside. Plus it's at an angle. So, or up rather. So your angle is different. And so it could be more painful. You have to just be careful about as far as your entry and the amount of depth you're going in, because she'll even push you back. Even in that one, she'll push you back. So you have to just take it slow with her, even in that one. And I think me myself, when I was in a situation to where I was in a relationship with someone, and their depth was they had their large size, I incorporated a oh, this video is getting long. I'm sorry, it's 20 minutes. I didn't mean to, but I incorporated a vibrator. Now, you may not understand this. Why did you incorporate a vibrator? I had one that's actually, what I did was I used it to help, because like I said, with the stimulation of a woman, as a woman gets stimulated, her cervix will move back. I'm actually trying to set up my Instagram. I do have one. It says Sister Love 69, and I'm trying to figure out how to put my videos from here on there, but they have to be shortened. So I'm doing research on trying to figure out how to put them on there. At this time, I only have like a couple of one or two things on there. I haven't had time to devote to that, and I'm trying to do that. But like I said, Sister Love 69. I only got 1 or 2 pictures up. I'm trying to put my videos up, and also trying to be more active on Instagram. So actually, I'm trying to work on that. I mean, I had an Instagram page once before, a long time ago, but I decided that I was going to kind of erase my fingerprint on social media. Because I was on Instagram and freaking all over the place on freaking Twitter. And I just felt like, get the Instagram repost app. Oh, thank you for that. Oh, okay, I'm going to do that, because I'm trying to figure it out and I couldn't figure out what to do. I'm going to do that. And so I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to try that today. Yes, the Instagram. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to look into that today, because I've been really trying to figure that out. I was like, I don't know how to do it. And so I asked my son, hello Rick, how are you? How are you doing on this day? This is my birthday. I decided to do this live because today is my birthday, and you know, I decided just to go ahead and do it. I'm off work today, and today I turned 50. And so, you know, I wanted to I'm off today, just at home. I have homework to do, but I was just chilling, and then someone said, you know what, redo this video today. So my D is too big to enjoy. I was talking about, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Ronnie. I wanted to just basically get things out there. Thank you, Moose. I appreciate it. I am 50. I am. I really am. I'm 50. I am. I'm 50. I'm not. People say that to me here and there, because on certain days, I ain't gonna always. I can't say that I always look this way every day, but some days I look really young, and they're like, what the frick? I guess this is just one of those days, but I know that I'm 50. I can look at me. Thank you very much. I try to take care of myself. You know, I try to take care of my skin and try to take care of myself all the way around. You know, drinking lots of water, it helps a lot. And oh, thank you so much. When I look in the mirror, I don't see that. But I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, you're looking so old. See, I have these little laugh lines because I smile a lot. And I'm a smiler. And so I guess I should have been a frowner in my younger days, and I probably wouldn't have all these laugh lines right here on my face. Just laugh lines, just right there. Decreases from smiling so much all my life. Yeah. So that's basically where I'm at with this as far as the laugh. But I mean, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Fanny. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. Um, One other thing I was talking about is as far as like positions, woman on top. Um, Thank you. I thank you. I appreciate that. I'm trying. I'm trying to maintain what I have. Um, the the other thing you can do is put a pillow under a woman's butt, not her back necessarily, but on her butt. This lifts, if she's in a traditional missionary style, this lifts up her pelvis. Uh, um, so once her pelvis is lifted and you lift the pelvis, it actually allows for the penis to go into a different angle than when she's laying flat. And you lift up the pelvis area, you lift the pelvis, and actually she'll probably be able to take you a little better if you do that. So consider putting a pillow under her butt. If you find, some women are small framed. If you're a big size man, you probably want to do that anyway. That'll help her regardless of the fact. You may think, oh, it's not that sexy, but it'll make you feel better because it'll make her feel better. And when you please your woman, and you know that she's climaxing, because some of you men don't even pay attention to when your woman is. Some women will scream when they'll tell you, I'm about to come, baby. Or some women will say, you put a pillow under. It'll help lift the pelvis. And it'll make it so much easier. It'll make entry easier, and it'll make the sex easier for her if you are actually a large size man. So you have to consider that. It'll be so much easier for the both of you. You'll find the pleasure easy. Some women, like I said, you know that men don't realize that there's women who you thinking that you've done such a great job. You in there beating it all up. Y'all talking about, I'm beating it up. Yeah, you beat it up, but did your woman come? The question is, did she have an orgasm? Did she enjoy anything about what you were doing? How do you know that she enjoyed it? Did she tell you? Yeah, try it. I'm serious. I had to do it. I had to do it myself because for a while until I got used to him, because it was just so much for me to deal with. And I'm an older, mature woman, but I come a small framed. My children, I didn't have any big babies. My babies were under 6 pounds. Shoot, I couldn't have these. My only one kid was 7 pounds, 8.5 ounces. All my other kids were 6 pounds and below. And that boy almost killed me. I had having the episiotomy and everything when I had him. They had to make a decision just to get his big butt out of my little body. So, they had to cut. They had to cut my vagina. They made a slit. It's called an episiotomy. And just to get that boy out of 7 pounds, I couldn't have him. He's too big. Yeah, it was that serious. I'm not a big, hey, this woman is a small frame. I have a small frame all the way through. There's nothing, you see it is small. And so, I can't deal with that. So what I had to do with him, I had to get a pillow. I got a pillow, and I would always use the pillow constantly. And also, like I said, I had my vibrator. Now, my vibrator, when a woman gets stimulated, the cervix, the uterus, will actually retract when a woman gets excited. They say it lowers, but it doesn't. It actually retracts, allows for a man to go in. So the more stimulated she is, the further back her cervix will move, because it sits lower like that. It sits lower down in the vaginal area, but once she gets stimulated, it will actually start retracting back. And so because it's allowing for entry. It's that her body saying, oh, we're about to get something. Or we're about to do something. And so it'll allow for a man's entry. The more stimulated she is, the more her uterus will pull back, her cervix will pull back, and it actually goes further up in her body, goes higher up in her body, and so it won't cause so much pain to her. So you want to actually try to stimulate, use a vibrator. So he liked it wasn't necessarily, I used it for several different positions, but most of the time he was one of those doggy style kind of men. And he that's what he preferred. And so I wasn't had no problem with it, but the problem I had with it is that it was painful in that position because he had more depth. Because he was about 9.5 inches long. That was a lot for me to deal with. So I try to make it better for me. I realized that my vibrator actually helped me get more stimulated so that he could actually do what he needed to do. And not only that, but sometimes I would use a little thing and, go tickle his balls with it. Bloop, bloop, bloop. So it actually he liked it too. But it actually helped me become more comfortable and become more relaxed. And I was able to participate more in the act. And when we made love, I was actually able to participate more. And so that made him more excited. So it made it easier. That my vibrator, I like, you tried that? Oh, okay. So did she have one? She had the vibrator? Or did you have the vibrator? I'm trying to find out, Vonnie. I know. I asked him. He said he liked the way the vibrator felt. He said it's a funny feeling, but good. Yeah. Oh, she did. See? Yeah. See? And and men, women have to think about this. Men do like that. They don't think the men like the vibrator. Men do like vibrators. They don't run from them at all. A lot of times that turns them on even more if you're using a vibrator in the middle while you're having sex, because they find that to be like, oh wow, she's like freaky. Yeah, yeah. Trust me, I've done it. I started using it. That's why I said that's exactly what I did too, because I wanted to. And once I was able to actually in a more steady sexual relationship with him, I did incorporate that. Now I wasn't going to go further back than that, but I did put that on his, like you said, put it on his sack. But I did, yeah. I put it on his balls and I just kind of, and left it there for a minute. And yeah, I even bought other little things for him to try to use. I bought things because I felt like when we were apart, one thing I didn't like, because it felt like, okay, so when a woman and a man are in a relationship and you guys, like, say like I'm working and you're working and we don't really see each other that often, right? So I see you maybe twice a week or whatever. It's like starting all over again, because if you miss, because men have a pattern of sexual needs. Some men every 3 days, some men every 2 days, some men every 1 day, some men can take 4 days. A woman knows her man's pattern. So, and don't think that your woman doesn't know your pattern. She knows your pattern. If you haven't come to her within the 3rd or 4th day, if you haven't come to your woman in the 3rd or 4th day, she knows you just got something from somebody else or you jacked off. Now, sometimes y'all jack off and be cheating on us with y'all hand. I didn't like that. And so usually by the time he's ready, I'm ready. But if he's jacked off, he take another day or two. And I was like, you're cheating on me with your hand. I didn't like that. And then I also wanted to make sure that he wasn't going out trying to make sure he didn't cheat on me with another woman. And so I didn't like his hand doing the stroking, because with men, y'all tend to pull left, pull right, and I didn't want that curve to come back, because I straightened out the curve. He no longer has that curve to this day. Whatever woman is with him, she better thank this girl for straightening that curve out, because that sucker went all the way like that. You see, all the way like that. I straightened that curve out. This girl right here. So y'all better thank me. Yes, I did. Thank me. I did that. So you'll enjoy that deed much better. And so I bought him this little thing that he could use. It was like a, I don't know what it's called. I can't remember what it's called. Some kind of, I went to Adam and Eve. And it's basically like used for men to jack off with. It had a mouth and everything. It had a little mouth and lips and stuff like that. So it was like a tube A bad boy. Yeah, I didn't want, hey, um, I'm gonna tell you, when I'm with someone, I'm in tune with them. So I try to make sure a man stays pleased and make sure I know what he wants. And I want him to know what I want. So I want him to try to show me the same pleasure that I'm trying to show him. And I'm not trying to be in pain when I'm doing anything with you. I'm not trying to hurt. Yes, I did. I straightened him out. Yes, I did. I did straighten him out. And you don't think it's true. I don't know if there's any women on here, but I'm telling you, you can straighten it out. It won't cause you any more. That curve will disappear. Yeah, yeah, see, you probably understand this process. You can straighten it out. All you gotta do is switch hands and don't let me have him do, yeah, just, you can actually change that. So, like I said, I bought him little things to kind of keep him from cheating on me with that. I'm trying to think what other things I was talking about as far as like with my video, and I think I pretty hit on a lot of the topics. I don't know if you guys have any questions or anything about what you can do, or if you're having any problems, or you have any questions in regards to anything I was talking about as far as like, infections and using pillows and trying different positions, and even the positions that she may like. Ask her, what she wants to do. Try to add a little spice in it to make me some little things that she might like to do. One video I thought about doing is talking about anal sex even. And it can be a dual situation as far as even with anal sex. And I know this video is about when a D is too big. And I think I need to do that on a separate video. But basically, you still, if you would like to try that with your girl, I would suggest you take her to one of the little stores that sells sexual products. I don't know which one's in your area, but when you go in, kind of walk around with her and see what she likes. Just kind of walk with her and let her just look at stuff, and then you'll kind of get an idea what kind of woman she is and what she actually would like to do. And this can actually help with the situation when you're of a plus size and you're trying to get to know her sexually. And you're taking some notes. That's good. It's good to take those notes. You take those notes because I'm trying to tell you. I know I haven't been around the block a lot, but I've been around enough to know things. So, like I said, take her to the dang old store. We have a couple of here, and so basically I don't know why, I've had guys I've dated, and I guess they want to see what kind of woman I am, or see if I'm like, I guess you guys take a woman there to see if what a woman's sexual being is, where she's more reserved or not. And I'm not reserved one bit. Now you take me to the store, I'm gonna be picking up everything in that store. Like, oh, I should try this. Oh, this look good. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. So you might be surprised taking me to the dang old store, trying to see what kind of woman I am, because I'm gonna show you something different. Victoria, we don't have one here. I'd have to go online to look at that. The one we have here, what's it called? Oh, dang it. I can't think of the name, but we have two. We have like 2 or 3 of them. And so what they do have is like I said, they have all kinds of like things like, you like handcuffs. I've had handcuffs, and I bought like, they had the little stuff from, what's that dang old movie? Little Shades of Grey. They have this one thing with bars on it. So like if you're more into like more of a dominatrix kind of thing, she could be into that. And so you may want to try to role play with her and kind of, do those things with her to kind of help her participate in her act. Yeah. No cuffing? There's nothing wrong with a handcuff here and there. I mean, one chain, and actually the woman might like it. I didn't get handcuffed. But I mean, and they were actually not the kind of look like real handcuffs. They'll easily pop open. They will easily pop open. They didn't stay locked. But sometimes I want to lock you down and take control, and so I'll handcuff you to the headboard, to the headboard or something like that. You know, or put your hands together and not let you touch me. And I want, you know, keep your hands off me or whatever, and that kind of help you get in the mood too. So that just try to figure out what she likes. Take her to the store, take her to the little sex shop, and let her walk around a little bit. Now, women ain't too much into porn. I like it, me myself, but I like to watch it with someone. I don't like watching porn by myself because I like to watch it and we both can kind of experience it together. Men, y'all tend to like to watch things together or alone because y'all do other stuff on the side. So I think it's better with two. Yeah, it is, Vonnie. It's better with two, with a woman, as far as that side. So I think I was on Adam and Eve. Not you what? You don't watch porn by yourself? Is that what you're saying? You wouldn't do it alone? Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You watch with her. I mean, I guess it's okay sometimes to watch it by yourself. And some men do, and that's because they're looking for a stimulation outside of their relationship, and that necessarily could mean that he's not receiving what he needs with her if he's looking for a stimulation outside the relationship. That's my take on it, but I don't know. I think as when you were younger, you watch it by yourself, and yeah, and a lot of times younger males aren't really getting sex like that. They aren't getting sex like, when you get a little older, you tend to find yourself more sexually active and more sexually involved than when you're younger. At least that's my opinion on it. I think that a lot of times, as males get older, they tend to be more sexually active than when you're younger. You're still trying to figure things out. You're still trying to get to know yourself. I don't know why my camera, this thing just kind of went dark on me. But anyway, it's just acting crazy. So I just wanted to tell you that, and yeah, it is. I know. Like I said, I've been on Earth for 50 years, so I kind of know a little things. I'm not, I'm older woman and more experienced and mature than some women are, and I'm actually more adventurous and I guess more of an exhibitionist and adventurous kind of woman. So I'm down for whatever, but that's me getting to know my body, and that took a while. And being involved with men who actually didn't care about how they came at me or how we did anything. Thank you so much. They helped me get to where I am today, so now I know. So thank you all for sharing. This video is actually so long. It's almost, I didn't mean to make it so long. Maybe I should have broke it up into two, but I got to talking about different things, and thank you, Vonnie. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you for all your comments. I hope everyone else was able to see that and kind of know that, yeah, it's not just, it's thinking it's just her. No, men actually appreciate it too. And maybe you should consider it. Vibrators, pillows, things like that. Sex store, trying different things. All right, Vonnie. Well, you go ahead. I'm about to end this video anyway. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Just consider what I'm saying, and I'll talk to you all later. Thank you, and happy birthday to me again. And I'll see you all again on my next video. Thank you for participating. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, well, there you go. There you go. There you go. And just consider it. I'm probably making other videos. If you have any other comments or questions, just drop me some stuff. I always try to answer my comments, and on my other videos I made, I try to make sure I go through and look through my comments and I try to answer. So I may not answer right away, but I'm going to come back to you and answer your comments. So don't worry. And I'm working on my Instagram. I'll be taking care of that. So thank you again for all watching. Love you all.